Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's live counter review using technical analysis. For today, the flow will be the same as per usual. First up, I'll go through the economic calendar, then followed by some of the indices and commodities, then followed by some of the sectors like the FAANGM, US banks, semicons, as well as EV sector, then followed by the counters that you have dropped in the Q&A. Yeah, so without further ado, I'll begin. Um, Looking at the economic calendar for this week, quite a few things going on. So tonight we'll have the durable goods orders data that's in about half an hour's time. Then we also have for tomorrow, Tuesday, we have the consumer confidence data that's at 10 p.m. Then looking into Wednesday, we have Fed Wallace speaking at 1:15 p.m. Then the usual core inventories data at 10:30 p.m. Okay, then Thursday we'll have a FOMC member postage speaking at 6 a.m. Okay, then afterwards the usual jobless claims data at 8:30 p.m. GDP data is also out at 8:30 p.m. We also have a retail inventories ex auto at 8:30 p.m. Yeah, and pending home sales 10 p.m. on Thursday. Going to Friday, FOMC member postage speaking at 3:30 a.m. The important one is the PCE data. That's at 8:30 p.m. Okay, then afterwards, have Chicago PMI at 9:45 p.m. and then also Michigan inflation and consumer expectations. That's at 10 p.m. Okay, that's it for the economic calendar. Then I'll go first. I'll jump next to the indices and commodities. First up, I'll take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, after a very long period of consolidation, in this like ascending triangle over here, it finally made a move last Friday where it broke above the resistance at around 61.8K. Okay, then but then it's currently it did a retest of this prior this previous double top neckline breakdown area. This is around the 60 around 65K level over here. So I think there could be still some resistance currently over there. Then price could do a bit of a sideways still for the time being. Yeah. Then also I think there could be still some near-term resistance. Looking at the longer term time frame, generally the main trend is still in this downwards channel over here. So above 65K, we probably still see some resistance around close to 67K as well. Yeah. So I think for Bitcoin, we might see maybe some consolidation still, despite price breaking up a bit. Despite breaking out recently, given that previous resistance from July over here is still could be still quite fresh. Yeah. Then next time I'll talk about the Dow Jones. So the Dow Jones last week quite it was quite flat, consolidation sideways, but then on Friday we had a breakout above it, above the 41K resistance as well as this downtrend resistance line. So I think overall still likely still bullish. I think we should still see the index go higher to probably retest this previous all-time high around here, close to 41.4K level. Yeah, so I think probably given this consolidation and then this breakout on Friday, I think we should see this bullish momentum still continue upwards for Dow. Then looking at Nasdaq also a bit similar pattern. It's quite sideways last week. Okay, but I think the good thing is that the index held this previous resistance, this previous swing high resistance at around 17.7K level as a support. So with that, I think we should still see the index go higher. I think next resistance for Nasdaq will be around 18.1K level. And then afterwards, we'll probably see next resistance will be a possible gap fill of over here back in mid-July. Then the next resistance above that is around 18.4K. Yes. For Nasdaq, as long as this recent, the lows of last week, around 17.6, 17.7K is still being supported, I think we should still see the index go higher. Okay, the next one is the S&P. So S&P also similar to Nasdaq. We index went above this 5,566 swing high resistance, did a back test and found support on Friday. So I think with that, we are likely to see this bullish momentum continue to actually retest this previous all-time high close to 5,670, and then possibly create new highs as well. So yeah, as long as this swing low is still being supported around 5,560, I think it's still looking okay for S&P as well. Okay, the next one is gold. So I think gold last week was did a retest of this breakout at 2480 over here, found support, and then yeah, still bouncing above it. So I think overall structure is still looking bullish. Okay, I think we'd like to see retest of this 2530 swing high resistance again. I think it's still looking positive to actually continue its this uptrend over here lah. Next target, let's see whether it can hit up to about 2570, which is my projected target level previously when it broke out of this main range consolidation. Yeah, so gold still looking bullish in its chart. Then next one is oil. So oil currently doing a rebound from the support at around $72. So over here, this was a support that tested previously 2 times, and then we saw a rebound. So I think over here, quite a bit of a rebound that took place already. I think we should see some resistance soon. At this $77 to 78, 78, 70 area over here previously, when there was a swing high resistance end of July, as well as this breakdown level over here in mid-August. Yeah, so that's for the oil. Okay, then next one is VIX. Okay, VIX, I think looking at last week, it was still quite subdued. Did try to do a bounce, but then still come off a bit. So as long as VIX, I think, doesn't cross this 18 level over here, we should still see volatility should be quite subdued for this week. Yeah, then support wise, currently it's around 15 about there. So I think we might still see some sideways for VIX for the time being. Okay, then next one is copper. So for copper, copper was in a very tight range last week, between 4.17 to about 4.24 about there. Then good thing is and today broke above this consolidation. So I think we should still see some bounce taking place to test the next resistance area, which is around 4.34 to about 4.43 area for copper. So that's it. That's a review of the indices and commodities. Then I'll move on to the first sector is the FAANGM stocks. Okay, I'll start first with Meta. So I think Meta currently doing some consolidation. I think over here we still see price bounded by this around 540 swing high resistance, and price doing some sideways over here. So I think for now we can see support is around 525. So I think as long as price hold in this kind of range, I think we still see some consolidation take place for the time being. Then we see whether the direction is upwards or downwards. Yeah, if it doesn't hold this recent lows at 525, we might see price dip a bit lower towards maybe like 510, 513 area, where it's the next support level for Meta. Yeah, but for now I think it looks a bit still a bit sideways. Okay, then next one is Apple. So Apple also, I think, quite sideways last week. Just consolidating around this previous swing high resistance at 225. So I think still in terms of this rebound, still looking okay. I think yeah, as long as price continues to find support around this 223 about there, I think we should still see there's still a chance where if price breaks above 228, we could still see price head higher to the next resistance at about 231 to 233 area next for Apple. Okay, next one is Amazon. Amazon also quite sideways last week. A bit of resistance from this previous support area, which is around 180 to 182 about there. So I think doing some sideways consolidation. Support wise, I think for now is around between 173 to about 175 about over here. So we might still see a bit of a sideways consolidation for the time being. If you can break above the highs last week, then we might see it go higher towards next resistance at around 188, 189. Yeah. Okay, then next one is Netflix. Netflix last week was pretty strong. Start the week it formed a new all-time high. Just breaking above this previous high round. Yeah, 697 over here. Yeah, so I think for now, the momentum should be still quite strong. Over here, yeah, price is still should be getting some support from this support level around 678, which was this previous another swing high over here where there was high volume. Yeah, so we might see a bit of a consolidation take place. And if it holds this support there, I think we might still see this trend, this bullish trend continue. Yeah. And for now, current resistance is around 700 to about 710 for the time being. Okay, next one is Google. Okay, so for Google, I think it's currently sideways still. I think starting to look a bit more positive, hopefully. Breakout of this standing broadening wedge. Previously we did this um range consolidation with resistance at 165, and previously 165 was a breakdown level. So price is trying to pull above it. As long as it can still form higher lows, and then hopefully this swing low is supported, then we might see this bullish reversal take place. So now for now it might does do a bit of sideways. Key resistance to break is around 169. Then afterwards is next resistance levels to around 173, 174 for Alphabet. Okay, then last but not least is the Microsoft. So Microsoft currently finding some resistance at this level, which is around 427, 428, this zone over here. Currently seeing a bit of a pullback. We might see some sideways consolidation for the time being. Yeah, first support level is around 414, 415. Below that is around 408. Yeah, for Microsoft here, we might see some sideways for the time being, given that there's some resistance currently. So in general, for the FAANGM, just to sum up, we have a consolidation going on now, a bit of sideways. Yeah, then we see whether there's a break out of the range, then that might dictate the next direction for these stocks. Next I'll talk about is the financial sector. I'll start first with the XLF ETF, which is the SPDR financial select sector fund. So for XLF, I think looking positive. Despite some consolidation, and the resistance of $44 last week, and then on Friday we actually broke above it. We saw the price broke above it. So still looking positive. I think it's a new high, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So I think the trend is still looking good. I think we should still see some positive momentum for the financial sector going forward. Yeah, as long as this breakout still holds. Then diving into the individual stocks, I'll cover the big four banks. JP Morgan, you can see that price, similar it did a bit of sideways at the resistance 216 out there. Then then on Friday we had this a bit of a doji candlestick over here. So I think if price can break above the highs of Friday, we should still see the momentum go upwards. Probably I think it's also should be a new high as well for JP Morgan. So I think price action wise still looking good for continuation of the momentum upwards. Okay, Bank of America, I think price is still a bit of sideways around this uptrend support line over here. So I think price still holding this 3850 level over here, finding support. So you might see a bit of a sideways over here for the time being. Okay, if you can break above the level at around $40 over here, which was this prior resistance, we might see price recover, go higher. towards like next resistance area, like 41 to about $42 is the next resistance zone. So that's for Bank of America. Okay, then next up, I'll talk about Wells Fargo. So Wells Fargo, I think is looking good as well. So a bit of a resist. At first, finding a bit of a resistance when it did a retest of this strong previous support around 56.50. Then price did some sideways, but then still actually we can see that it's still managed to close above it. So I think with that, some strength, looks like some strength in Wells Fargo. You can break above the highs of Friday. I think we could still see this rebound continue towards the next resistance. It's probably around 58.50 about there. Yeah, so which was this support breakdown level. The next resistance level probably is around close to about 60.40, 60.50 for Wells. Then next one, Citigroup. Okay, Citigroup also a bit of a sideways last week. But good thing was that you can see price here retest over here and did rebound, retest of this $60 resistance with rebound. So I think we could still see price go up higher, but possibly some resistance around $63, which was this strong support level before price broke down. So maybe a bit of a sideways over here again, at around $63 for Citigroup. Yeah. Then next one I'll talk about is the semicon sector. So I'll talk about the semiconductor ETF first, which is SOX, Philadelphia Semiconductor Index. Sorry. Yeah. So with that, price for this, the price is doing a bit of a sideways, finding a bit of resistance from this 5,230 swing high level over here. So some sideways. I think for stocks this week wise, I think we could still see a bit of a sideways price action because I think above this resistance, we also have quite a bit of resistance coming from this 5370 level as well, this horizontal level. So probably I think my guess is it might just do a bit of a range bound sideways for the time being. Yeah, for the index. So yeah, I think as long as it doesn't break below the lows of Thursday, which is around 5,070, we might see some sideways going on first for the index. Okay, then talking about next one is the individual counters. So first up is Nvidia. So Nvidia, I think still looking quite strong. Last week on Thursday did a back test of this previous resistance around this 124.70 level. Still holding as support. Then generally last week was just range bound between like 125 to about 130 about there. So if this week wise we can see some breakout of this 130 level, we could still see some move upwards to test like maybe 135, 136 before the results. I think results probably out Wednesday. So something to take note. And then for AMD, also a bit of a similar pattern. So AMD's start of the week, it broke above this 153.60 swing high over here. And then afterwards, it just sideways, with price still holding support at this previous resistance. So I think that's still okay. If this holds, we might see a bit of a sideways for the time being. Maybe retest 162 again, then just hold a bit of range. Then above 162, the next key resistance I would say is probably at around 170, where previously there was this strong horizontal resistance. Yeah, and then this was also this breakdown level with a gap as well. So that will be the next resistance for AMD. Okay, then next one is TSM. TSM also similar, you can see price a back test of this previous resistance at 167 over here, still finding support. So I think as long as this low is holding, we might see a bit of range bound between 168 to 175 for the time being. above 175, next resistance to take note will probably be at 183, 184. Previously, there was this price gap over here when price gap down below this range at the top. Yeah. Okay, then for Marvel, I think Marvel is still looking okay. After the recovery back above this $60, $67 level, price doing a bit of a sideways, still holding the range. So I think because here previously there's some resistance, 72, around 72, 50, 72, 60, this breakdown level over here two times. So some resistance over here. Above it, I think I would expect some resistance as well because 75, 76, this is also the key horizontal resistance previously. So over here, you might see price just do a bit of a sideways, I think, given the strong resistance around this area. And then next one for Micron. Micron I think is a bit weaker. So looking at its chart, price still a retest of 108. This prior support level over here. But then it just kind of a retrace downwards a bit towards the end of the week. So I think for now we might see price maybe test lower, a bit lower, to maybe like this previous breakout area like 98 to 99, 100 over here, this level. Then we might see a bit of a sideways for now. Then some short-term resistance at the recent breakdown level at around 106, 107. Okay, then next one, Com. So Broadcom, I think still looking okay. After breaking above this downward resistance line, the putting price is still holding above this resistance. This prior horizontal resistance at 160, 163. Yeah, so as long as this low is on Thursday still holding, I think for now there's still a chance of a bit of sideways with some resistance at 171. And you can break above that, next resistance look at will be around 176, 176.50 about that. Yeah. Okay, then next one is Intel. So I think Intel for now, I think nothing too much. Still pretty sideways with resistance still at the gap down highs over here 2180 still I think it's resistance. Support still some support for now for the time being at around $20.30 this breakout level. So as long as the this Thursday the lows doesn't break down, I think we might still see price try to consolidate at a high end of about $20.50 to about 2180. Yeah, but I think overall structure is still nothing too much for now, unless we see a break above 2180. Then if not, it's just probably still in the bit of a range for the time being. Okay, that's it for the semicons. Then last sector I'll talk about is EVs. So EV first talk about Tesla. Tesla, I think quite sideways last week. So we was trending okay. Then Thursday we have a breakdown over here of 220. Friday did a retest. So I think for the momentum to continue, we must see price go back above this 220 level over here to test the recent highs around 228 or higher. Yeah. So for now still looks a bit sideways as long as I think the Friday lows of 215 is still holding, then probably we're gonna see a bit of a sideways or towards the upside. So about 228, the next resistance will probably be this previous swing high at 233, 234. Yeah, that will be the next resistance for Tesla. Then followed by this gap over here. The next one is around 245, 246. Okay, then next one is Xpeng. Okay, Xpeng, price like sideways, doing some sideways. Resistance is around 720. So today currently we're seeing a bit of a gap up over here. So I think if price can close above it, over this range resistance, we might see some slight rebound upwards. With next resistance around 760, 770, then followed by about 810 to 820 area for Xpeng. Okay, then for Rivian, it's price. I think I would say probably still quite sideways. Price is still finding some support between around 13 to about 1340 this area. Yeah, so I think we should be seeing a bit of a range bound consolidation with resistance still coming in at 1470 to about $15. Yeah, so I think nothing too much for timing, still quite range bound should be. Then next one is talk about NIO. Okay, NIO also quite sideways for timing with resistance at around 415 to about 425 area. 425 being this previous horizontal support. So I think probably we could still see price range bound for the time being. Yeah, between like 390 to 420s. Okay, that's it for the sectors. I'll talk about the counters that you have dropped in the Q&A. So hi BY. Let's talk about Cadence Design. So for Cadence Design, okay, I think for now, some a bit of resist. What it's looking like it's a bit of a retest of this previous support level as well as this swing high resistance around 287 to 88. Yeah, so some pullback for the time being. My guess probably some consolidation for the time being. A key is to see whether this 270 level, this resistance breakout is still holding as a support. If it still holds, then probably be still a higher low structure. Then price is still just maybe some sideways. Then yeah, afterwards you can see whether it can break above the resistance again, of to trend higher. But I think for now looks like some resistance first upon a retest, then maybe some price does a bit of a consolidation. Okay, then next one is Snowflake. Okay, for Snowflake, I think yeah, after the results there was a gap down over here. Yeah, we might see price. Let's see whether price is able to stabilize around the previous support level. So previous support is around, there was support from 108 to about 112 over this area. So we see whether they can hold as support again. So, yeah, for now, I think maybe some sideways, I would think some resistance around 123 to 126 for time being. Yeah. A bit hard to gauge also because yeah, just a fresh gap down after the earnings. Yeah, we might see some price action, some sideways going on first. Then next one is ASML. Okay, so for ASML, I think for the time being, some sideways, looks like some sideways with resistance still holding at 942 this level over here. So I think it's okay. As long as we see price finding support at higher levels. Yeah. So I think for now, maybe support could come in like close to $900 level over here. Then you might just do a bit of sideways consolidation first. If you can break above this resistance at 940 again, then I think we might see price trend higher towards like 990s to 1000 again, yeah, to retest a prior resistance. Okay, hi Alan, good evening. Your counters are ELF. Okay, first I'll talk about ELF Beauty. Okay, for ELF, I think it might do a bit of a further rebound. So because looking at this key support level around 152, right? Previously, this was a support over here. Yeah, then recently after this false breakdown over here, price recover upwards within a short period of time. So probably this is like a false breakdown, then price recovered, and then afterwards we see another thing is that price managed to stay above this $164 level over here, this support level. So as long as can stay, can as long as can hold above it, this support around 160s, there is a chance that price could go up to fill this price gap. To test the next resistance at around 180, 182 over here. Yeah, but for now, maybe some sideways still. A bit of a resistance for now at around 172 for the time being. Needs to break above it, then we can see the rebound continue. Now, then next one is on Upstart. Okay, I think Upstart is still looking okay. You can see price is gradually trending upwards. Over here, just a nice smooth uptrend. Since breaking out this range, consolidation resistance around $30 price trending upwards, so cleared this resistance around $37. So next thing coming is this retest of this prior breakdown level around 43.50. Might see some slight resistance over here, but price could do a bit of consolidation first. Yeah. Then above 43.50, next one to look at would be around close to 49.50 swing high resistance next for Upstart. Yeah, but for now still looking okay, but maybe some consolidation ahead when it meets some resistance. Okay, next one is Cloudflare. For Cloudflare, I think for now maybe some sideways consolidation. You can see that since breaking above this this resistance at around $80, price is still holding this as a support, which is good. Still okay. But facing some resistance from this level at 84.50 about there. So maybe some sideways consolidation still. As long as this support doesn't break down, there's still a chance where price could break above this resistance to go and test like 87 swing high next. Yeah. Then above 87, next one is around 91, around $91. Okay, next one is AMAT, which is Applied Materials. Okay, for Applied Materials, I think for the time being still looks like a bit of a sideways going on. So because still finding some resistance from this swing high 212, but price is just generally holding out between 200 to 212. So as long as I think as long as support over here at 197 over here still holding, should be still okay. Might still be a sideways first. Then we see whether there's a break above this resistance for this trend to continue. Yeah, next resistance above 212 would be this next swing high around 223, followed by 230. Okay, next one is TLT. Okay, TLT. TLT, I think for now still overall uptrend is still intact, but maybe just some consolidation taking place first. We're still seeing some resistance around the $99 level, which is this previous horizontal resistance over here holding out. So I think as long as we still see price holding higher lows support around this $96 level, I think should be still okay. We see whether there's a break above this $99 again for this uptrend to continue. Yeah, above 99, next key resistance is between 102 to 103 and 103.50 over here. This strong resistance area. The next one is Celsius Holdings. As for Celsius, I think since it closed this gap over here at support close to the $36 level, price has been just quite flat over here. Yeah, with, with some resistance holding out around the $42 mark. So maybe I think for now looks like some sideways still. We need to see price break above this 42 again, then we could continue some recovery. But overall, the downtrend is still quite strong. So I think for now, maybe some sideways, yeah, between like 39 to 42 over here. And then next one is on end phase. Okay, end phase I think looks positive. After multiple retests of this resistance at 119, yeah, looks like there's a breakout on Friday. I think okay, looks price could go higher to the next resistance area. So that's probably between um, about 127 to 132 next. So next resistance for end phase. So I think as long as this breakout holds, we could still see this rebound continuing upwards, to test the next resistance. Okay, next one is Viva Systems. Also for Viva Systems, I think generally it's a bit of a range, but recently looks like there's some breakout taking place. So but previously the resistance around 193 to 196 over here. But then on Wednesday there was a breakout, retest and then help still holding. So I think as long as this still holding the $196 level, if you can break above the $202, we could see the stock go recover further. Next resistance is probably around 205, and then afterwards followed by 211 next. And so this for Viva Systems. Okay, then United Health, quite sideways. Yeah, still some sideways consolidation. Overall, still holding bullish structure from the rebound over here. So I think as long as we can see a breakout of 590, then probably we could see some continuation in the bullish trend. If not, probably still stuck in this consolidation for time being, where recent support is around 573, 574 about there. Okay, next one is McDonald's. Okay, for McDonald's, I think quite strong price action recently. You can see that price broke above resistance 278, then afterwards break above 284 quite easily as well. So next one, probably it could go higher towards this previous range resistance area. That might be pose a stronger resistance around 294 to about 298 for McDonald's. And so we could maybe price likelihood is that could still trend a bit higher. Then maybe towards this previous range resistance, it could just consolidate a bit. Okay, then next one, Pepsi. Okay, for Pepsi, I think chart wise, still looks okay. So the key resistance at 173 over here. Price previously there was a gap up over here. Came back to retest, still holding as a support. Then we're still seeing some rebound of it. I think as long as this level is still holding a support, we could see price go on to test resistance again at 180. This level, then above 180, next one is around 182, about there. So that's for Pepsi. Okay, next one is the GE Healthcare and GE Vernova. So for GE Aerospace, a bit of a kind of price action kind of flat recently. I would expect still some resistance to come in at this 173, 175, this zone over here, 177, also some resistance from this high volume day. So yeah, probably some sideways. I think I will expect some sideways consolidation still ahead for this stock. Energy Healthcare. Energy Healthcare, I think looking a bit more bullish because you see the key resistance over here that's been acting on it is $84 here. Price seems to retrace over here, but you can see recently there has been a build up in form above this resistance. So I think as long as this level, this area can hold as support, I think looking more positive. If price can break above this $86, then we could see when we go on to test the next resistance at around 88, $89 next. Yeah. Then above that is probably around close to $91. Then for GE Vernova, okay, I think yeah, this one price is still holding above this breakout of 182 over here. This from Friday there was a lower week over here, but price still close above it. So as long as price is still holding above this 179, 180 area, the price broke off, there's still a chance where we could go higher. Yeah, when it looks like it's attempting to break out this range over here. My next one is ARM. Okay, so for ARM, for now it looks like still a bit of a sideways going on. Some resistance still acting at 135 level, a previous horizontal level. So it looks like a bit of sideways going on, with support currently is around 128, 129. And so we must see price trying to break above the highs of Friday again. Then we could see some further recovery upwards. Next resistance is probably at around 145, then followed by 152 next. Okay, next one is Pfizer. Okay, for Pfizer, still some sideways consolidation where this previous support over here had $29 still acting as a resistance. So it looks like still quite sideways, between 28 to $29 over here. We must see a break of either direction, then there'll be the next trend. Yeah. So above 29, the next resistance probably will come in around $30.20, $30.30 over here. Yeah, but for now, looks like still a bit of sideways going on first. Okay, then next up is Palantir. Palantir, I think for the short term wise is has been consolidating sideways. I think looking at the bigger picture wise, I think it has been it's risen quite a lot towards the channel resistance over here, which is around $33. So there might be some resistance over here. Yeah, for now price is doing some consolidation. We must see price still holding above $31. This breakout over here for this bullish trend to actually continue. Yeah. If price breaks below 31, then cannot recover above, then we might see some retracement downwards from this possible area of resistance for Palantir. Next one is MSI, Motorola Solutions. Okay, so Motorola, I think still continuing the uptrend well. You can see that it looks like a bit of a rising wedge pattern over here. Yeah, so for possible resistance at 433, if it follows the trend line over here. Yeah. So maybe we could still see some price slowly inching up. Yeah, for the time being. Okay, next one is VBK, which is a Vanguard Small Cap Growth ETF. Okay, for this ETF, I think some price rebound recently, but I think you probably will see some resistance again from this area first, which is around 264, then 268 was this swing high as well. So I expect some resistance. This is like a resistance zone coming next. So maybe some sideways consolidation to come first. Again, yeah. Then IWM is the iShares Russell 2000 ETF, also quite similar. Price broke above this level of 215, 216 on Friday. So we could still see some price go up. We could still see price. We could still see price go a bit higher to continue this momentum towards, but there's some resistance over here, which is around 224 to 227. So maybe perhaps expect some consolidation ahead also. Okay, hi Bu Xiong. Your counters are SMCI. SMCI. On SMCI, nothing too much for the time being. Price is still consolidating in a tight range between 595 to about 635 for now. So as long as the support is still holding at 5 around above 580s over here, this level, I think it's still okay. Key is to see whether price can break above this range resistance. Then it might go on to test higher levels around 670 to about 690. 690. Then for SMTC is a Semtech Corporation. So for this, price rebounded, then consolidating over here at the resistance zone, which is around 37 to 38.50. Over here is a resistance area. So I expect still some I expect still some consolidation to continue for the time being. Yeah. Okay, hi. There's a question. Any chance of discussing Singapore name sets? It's a strong rebound recently, so I wonder whether it has overcome prior resistance levels and turned around. Yeah, so that's a great question. Yeah, sets has been one of the stronger Singapore names. Yeah, when you look at the chart wise, yeah, it definitely has turned around. I mean, when since the trough over here is around 240, then recently it has just embarked on this nice uptrend over here, breaking resistance above resistance continuously. So looking at the current state is uh after the results last week, there was this gap up over here above the trend line resistance. Then price there with a bit of a small tight range over here. Today broke above this consolidation above 360 as well. So I think momentum still very strong. As long as can hold above this, looking at the previous levels, right? As long as can hold above 360, which was this prior strong support level, we might still see price go up slowly towards the next resistance around 380. 380 is also some resistance in the past. Then next one is around $4. Yeah, so that's for sets. Okay, next one is XLB, Schlumberger. Schlumberger, I think for now it still looks like a bit of a consolidation with some resistance from this price support at around 45.50 about there. But looks like a positive is the price form a higher low upon retest of this resistance of $44. So if today can break above this high around 45.78, there's a chance that price could continue some rebound upwards towards next resistance level is around 47 to about 47.60 area. And then BLK, it's BlackRock. So BlackRock, I think price sort of a range bound recently, but the positive is that price did a retest of this resistance at 585, sorry, 555, then still finding support to go upward. So we might see some resistance 885. Then previously I think so previous high was around 900 about there. So over there, currently it will be a resistance area now. So we might see still some choppy price action ahead. Yeah, maybe it'll be a sideways. Next one is WTC, which is the Western Digital Corporation. Okay, Western Digital, I think for now we might see a bit of a sideways still, because previously this was a support level around 65 to 66. Also a previous resistance breakout. So over here, when doing the retest, it's still doing some sideways consolidation. So we might still see some consolidation take place. If can break above it, okay, then we might see price go on to test next resistance around close to $68 next as the next level. Yeah, but for now looks like some consolidation first. Okay, next one is on PayPal. So PayPal, I think PayPal is looking better because um last week price managed to just clear this resistance at $70.60, and then currently is forming a tight range. So some strength currently is finding some a bit of resistance coming from this previous support at 70, around 72.70 about there. So if you can clear this recent consolidation, there might be still some upside towards the resistance around 76.30 about there. So over here is quite a strong resistance. In the past where there was a range resistance as well. Okay, next one is on Visa. So Visa looks like some getting better. Breaking above this downtrend channel over here. Price doing some sideways. So probably still some resistance at this level, 268, previous support level. So if you can break above this consolidation, then I think we might still see some further recovery to the price of to maybe like 273 as the next level, 273, 274. Hey, hi James. So on your counters, KLAC, she's a KLA Corporation. Okay, for KLC, I think currently it's doing some sideways, so still finding some resistance at this previous range, horizontal level around 825. So still to see whether we can break above it. Then next resistance level probably around 875 to this swing high around 894. Yeah, but for now looks like still some consolidation taking place. It will be forming a range at 800 to 825. Okay, then for Merck, um, yeah, Merck is just some consolidation still. I will expect still some resistance over here, 170, 118, 118.50. Yeah, so probably still some consolidation, given that previously this was a resistance in the past. Yeah, they also support so this key level. So probably still some sideways after this breakdown over here. Okay, next one, yeah, there's a question on the three Singapore banks. So go through it. For three Singapore banks, I think largely very sideways for now. So resistance for DBS still around 36.20. Support is around 35.30, 35.40. So still quite sideways over here timing. And see for UOB also quite similar as well. Yeah, with some support around 30.50, then resistance is around the $31 mark for the timing. Then there's also some resistance at 31.30 next. Then for OCBC, yeah, also range bound, support 14.20 about there. Resistance is coming at 14, around 14.40, 14.50 area. Okay, next one, there's a question on, hi Sharon. The question is on Dell, Micron, and Com. So for Dell, I think still very sideways for the time being. It's a very tight range. Currently, probably I will expect some resistance at 116 over here for the time being. So I think we might still continue to see some consolidation take place. For the time being. Okay, then there's a question on Home Depot. Okay, for Home Depot, it generally has been like trending upwards in this trend channel, but I think recently there's some strength. See, price retested this resistance at 375 on Friday. If it can break through again, I think we might see price go higher to test like next resistance level is around close to 380. Then next one is next key wise around 393, 394 over here. Yeah, so in terms of chart wise, price action wise is looking a bit better. Okay, then there's questions on Teva. Okay, Teva, for now, some sideways consolidation. I think is still holding above this range consolidation breakout resistance of 1750 about there. Also, this breakout at $18. So with that, generally probably still upside bias. Yeah, given the overall uptrend. Next resistance level, I think, let me see. Next resistance level might come around close to $19.20 about there, then followed by around $20 next. Okay, then for Twilio, it's I think still rather range bound. You can see still a lot of resistance at this level, which is $63. And price is just has been consolidating around 59 to about $62 for time being. So I think current trend is still quite very range bound. So I expect this choppy trade to actually continue for a while first. Unless we see there's a breakout above the key resistance of 63. Okay, then next one is our Melco. Okay, Melco generally still does downtrend counter over here. Recently just has been doing a bit of a sideways. So so still facing resistance after another retest at 570. So I think probably still quite range bound unless we see there's a break over this resistance. Then next level to watch will be around $6, $6 then followed by 640 about there. Okay, Lululemon. Hey, Lululemon, I think the chart is actually perhaps looking better. Uh, yeah, so over here is still in this down. Overall, the main trend is still in this downtrend channel over here. But yeah, see whether we can break above the channel resistance. Recent price action is that cleared this key horizontal resistance at 261. So if we can hold above this, then I think it will be more positive for a potential bounce. Yeah, then above that, the next key resistance is around close to 283 and then around 295. So let's see how it goes, whether it can break above this channel resistance. Okay, CRM, it's Salesforce. Okay, Salesforce generally has been another test of the resistance at 265. Yeah, see whether it can break above it. If it can, then next level to look at would be around 272 as the next level. Then followed by around 280, 279. Yeah. So yeah, Salesforce, yeah, generally quite range bound, but has been testing the resistance multiple times. So we'll see whether there could be some breakout soon. Okay, then next question is on Boeing. Okay, for Boeing, I think there was a breakdown of this wedge consolidation recently, and then the retest price came down. But then for now, maybe looks a bit of a sideways for yeah, with some support still around 170, 171 over here. Resistance probably still coming around 178 to 180. So I think it's probably still some sideways taking place. Since there's no quick downwards momentum, price is just quite flat and sideways. Okay, hi Catherine. View on SoFi. Okay, SoFi. Okay, SoFi I think generally has is the general trend is still quite range. Like between this 620 to about 790, this box over here. Recently, I think looking better a bit. Last week where price uh broke above $7, this resistance still holding in the range. So for now, we might see a bit of sideways or upwards to test this recent resistance at $798 again. Yeah, then if we can break above $8, then that will be key to actually break above this range structure. Then it could go higher. Yeah, but for now, I think maybe some sideways or maybe hopefully retest the highs over here again first. Okay, then there's a question on UBS. Okay, UBS, I think looks like still some sideways action for now. Some resistance ahead will be this 3130 as well as 3190 levels. So I expect some sideways still for UBS. Hi Matthew, TLTW as well as YINN. TLTW, it's this this iShares 20 plus year treasury bond buy right treasury ETF. Okay, for now I think has been this one has been trending upwards. Currently is near a retest of this prior range breakdown level around 27. So we might see a bit of resistance between like 27, 27.40 about there. Yeah, we might see a bit of consolidation take place first for this TLTW. And YN is the direction daily FTSE bull 3 times. Okay, for this, I think still a bit of a sideways for now. We can see that the key resistance is still around $23 over here, where this is this range breakdown over here. Price, yeah, has been just consolidating between around 2160 to 2360, 2350 over here. So perhaps still some sideways if price can break above this key resistance of this 23, then could see it go towards upper end of this range resistance, which is around $26. Okay, hi Wing Hong. Your counters AST Space Mobile. Okay, for this counter, I think looks like some range bound consolidation first. And currently, so some resistance is still holding out close to 3880. Support is currently 3180 over here. So I think we need to see what's the break of the next direction. Yeah, if there's a break below the support, then we might see price to go down to test close to like 2770 again or lower. But for now, um if it's still holding this support, then I think probably still some range bound for now. If this is still holding out as resistance at 3080, yeah, still looks like a range bound first. And then for Howmet Aerospace, wow, okay, this one still looking very strong. Okay, yeah, pullback, we test prior resistance at 85.30, then came out again to the resistance at 97. So over here, yeah, we might see some sideways, but given over here there was some build up before that, yeah, it could still go above it easily. So I think overall, yeah, the long term trend is very strong. So likelihood is that we are still in the near term to mid term, I think probably still clear these highs to create some new highs ahead. Next one is Iron Mountain. Yeah, this one is also another strong long-term uptrend. Okay, then looking at the recent action, you can see that price above a few levels, this resistance at 100 around 110, then also currently last week also stay above this high of 112.79. So with that probably still see new highs. Hi Eugene, Singapore banks and the S-REITs. Okay, I covered banks just now. S-REITs, maybe I can look at the S-REIT index, which is the this IH S-REIT index. So looking at it, I think there's some this bullish chart pattern recently with this inverse head and shoulders breakup above the neckline at around 1050 about there. So probably I still see some upside ahead towards the next resistance, which is close to 1100. Yeah, next resistance level. Then afterwards is around 1145. I think short term wise with this recent breakout should be quite I think price action wise for the REIT should be still quite bullish. Yeah. Okay, then there's a question on SIA. And for SIA, I think chart is looking a bit better because dude is on this rebound wave currently, and then price did a retest of this resistance, $6 holding, and price still going higher. So you might still see a bit of recovery upwards. Resistance probably will come in close to around like 630, 640 area over here. Previously, there's quite a lot of support over here. So you might still see price go up a bit higher. Then until the resistance area, then it might just consolidate a bit afterwards again. Okay, then next question is on C and BABA ADR. Okay, for C, I think overall still looking bullish since the break of this resistance at 76. Currently is doing a gap fill over here. Maybe still there might be some resistance at 85. Over here might do a bit of sideways. Next resistance is at 88. Yeah, so for now, I think still some upside, but maybe some consolidation along the way as well. Yeah, given that it's entering this previous resistance area over here, which was like a double top at $80. Okay, the next question is on Alibaba. Okay, for Alibaba, yeah, price recovery upwards. Since breaking out this $81 resistance, we probably will see this price to go higher towards according to this resistance area 85.40 to 88 88.50 about there. So we might still see price go up to test this swing high over here. Okay, I'll take the last three questions. It's about close to 9:15. Teladoc Health, I think for now is still quite sideways over here. Price is just consolidating between like 690 to about 770 area over here. So should be still some range consolidation. And for GameStop, GameStop, since with the breakdown of this support around 2280, still holding as resistance. Price just sideways, so maybe still some further sideways until you can break above this level, and then we might see some recovery towards like 24 to 2450 area. But for now, still quite sideways. And the next one is on DRIP, which is the Global Autonomous EV ETF. For this, I think it could go up higher because price recovering above this $22 previous breakdown level. But then if it does hold as a support, we could still see further recovery upwards to test this next resistance at 2330. Yeah, 2330. The next one is 2370. Yeah, so that's it. That's all for today's webinar. I'll stop sharing my screen. Yeah, I'll drop some survey link in the chat box. Yeah, so I've left a survey form. Feel free to fill up if you have any feedback about today's session. Then I can help to improve your experience further in future. Once again, thank you everyone for joining today's webinar and asking so many useful questions. Okay, then also feel free to join our P3 community on TA if you haven't. You can download the app using this link over here. Then also can feel free to join the Poems TA Telegram group using this Poems TA as well. So thanks everyone. Have a great week ahead trading. Yeah, do take note of some events, like some big events like Nvidia's earnings as well as PCE on Friday as well. Yeah, stay safe and I wish you all the best and see you all again in the next session. Bye bye.